Hello guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another dividend investing video today. I wanted to look and see about historical stock performance when it comes to recessions. What companies have outperformed or even performed relatively well during recessions? This is a great video because it's going to give me some more ideas, some new ideas about where to put my money in case of a recession or even a correction, right? So here's my thing though. I already, in my opinion, invest like this. So I might not have some of these stocks in my portfolio. I might not have any of them in my portfolio. But I already I'm very selective about the stocks I choose to hold. So I only buy aristocrats or kings, unless there's a couple exceptions in my portfolio, and I'll explain those in a minute. But aristocrats have paid dividends for 25 years or more and increased them consecutively. So that's my entire lifetime. So if a company is strong enough to increase their dividend year after year after year after year, 25 times, I'm pretty comfortable holding them because that would also include the last recession. So if they're strong enough to hold up in a recession, historically, I would feel comfortable saying that they could do it again. And then there are dividend kings, companies like uh, Johnson and Johnson, 3M, Procter and Gamble, Stanley Black and Decker, Target. There's like 32 of them, I think. Um, these have paid dividends for 50 plus years or more. They're dividend kings consecutively. So every year for the past 50 years, these companies have raised their dividend through the last, I think, two recessions now. Um, so that's generally where I put my money. Now, there's a couple of exceptions in my portfolio that I just bought like this past week, being American Express. I wanted a credit card stock, and honestly, I felt Visa and MasterCard were too expensive for the dividends that they were offering. Um, American Express was about half that price, and it paid a better dividend. So I liked American Express better. And then Disney, they didn't increase their dividend this past year. They might later on in the year, but they're just a huge entertainment company. They have their hands in so many things like cruise lines, theme parks. They have one of the probably the biggest a mass of media coverage and characters. They just have so much that I wanted them in my portfolio. So I don't know if I own any of these stocks, but this list is going to help me find not necessarily companies that have increased their dividends. Some of them have, but this is going to be more of kind of a safe haven for my money. And if I like any of these stocks, I will consider adding them. So there are, like I said, there are a couple stocks already that I have that I don't think are dividend aristocrats or kings. They're not, but I like the companies enough that I'm willing to drop the status and kind of drop my philosophy to own them. And that could be like this. Some of these could be like that as well. I believe some of these are probably going to be aristocrats because a lot of these I believe have increased their dividends. But let's go ahead and look at the list real quick. So first of all, Hasbro. This surprises me because they're a toy maker. But while consumers were reining in and spending dramatically in 2008, so they cut back their spending. The toy and entertainment company Hasbro was unexpectedly perhaps thriving. Hasbro's revenue growth for the fourth consecutive year in 2008, with earnings growing for an eighth straight year, and its quarterly dividend increased by 25%, driven in part by the strong performance of its licensed brand business. Hasbro thrived in the time of turmoil thanks to franchises like Star Wars, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, and Spider-Man. Hasbro's own Transformers franchise also performed quite well, showing once again that entertainment is frequently a reprieve for people during economic downturns. So people escape through entertainment. That's why I said I think Disney is a great one. Time Warner, which is now owned by AT&T as well. They own Looney Tunes, Iron Giant, a bunch of properties, just like Disney owns Marvel, Star Wars, and original Disney content along with Pixar. So I think entertainment companies are a great thing to hold in an economic downturn, especially ones that have a good track record. So like Disney is insanely solid. Time Warner is very, very good as well. Fox, which is now owned by Disney, also had a great track record. So, entertainment is one of those things that people use to escape. So, I'm guessing that we're going to see some discount retailers. I wouldn't be surprised if I see like a um, Dollar Tree and Dollar General are both really good discount retailers. Walmart is also a discount retailer. I wouldn't be surprised to see some meds on this, maybe a couple of utilities on this list. Just think cheap, and that's kind of what you get. So people go from shopping at like a Target to like a Dollar Tree in a recession because people don't have the money to be spending. So think about cutting back and where you would shop in a recession. Let's see how it did though. In 2008, when the market lost 38 points, this gained 16%, and it outperformed the market by 55%. So you would have outperformed the market by a dramatic amount. Next is Ross Stores, so discount retailer. Ross Stores is a discount clothing retailer. Ross Stores saw its shares rally in 2008 as consumers increasingly exercised cost consciousness in their shopping habits. Our merchandise assortments benefited from the huge amount of closeout opportunities in the marketplace. Company officials said that 2008's annual report, which reported both record sales and earnings that year. Ross Stores expanded rapidly during the Great Recession, with its store count rising from 890 to 956 stores in 2008. Combined with the same-store sales growth and tighter inventory management, it's no wonder that Ross beat the market by 56 percentage points during its title as one of the best recession-proof stocks, or earning its title as one of the best recession-proof stocks. Yeah, I would say so. If the market dropped 36% or 38%, so let's say market dropped 40%, they returned 17% and outperformed the market by 56. Not surprised to see Walmart on here. Like Ross Stores, Walmart was a clear beneficiary for the dramatically weakened economy during the recession, as shoppers rushed to minimize expenses by shopping at discount retailers. Walmart's revenue grew 7.2% in the single worst year of the economy in generations. A testament to its endurance, the big box retailer also managed to grow earnings per share and increased its dividend by 8% in the same year. The fact that Walmart paid a dividend and increased it at the same time when many dividend stocks, which are ones that I go after, are slashing or ceasing payments altogether likely helped soothe investors' concerns. Investing doesn't always have to be complicated, and Walmart's endurance is a great example of that. So, a lot of times, dividend companies slash their dividend during recessions. The reason that I pick Aristocrats and Kings are because they have such a long increase history that they've already weathered one or more recessions, and they still found a way to increase it without making the business vulnerable. So that is why I invest the way I do, because even if the stock price goes down, I don't care about the price of the stock. I don't care about appreciation. I care about the appreciation of the dividend. So I'm getting those companies right now. Since the correction, I'm getting companies like, say, well, I haven't bought Walmart yet, but I bought stuff like Johnson & Johnson, 3M. I added more Coca-Cola. I got Pepsi. So, like, I'm getting these Aristocrat and King stocks during what they're saying is a recession, but I don't think it is. I think it's a big correction. It dropped enough for it to be a recession, like percentage-wise, the market dropped. But that's the goal, is I don't care about appreciation. I want stocks that are going to do well in any economy and that have done well in past recessions or past scarcity or panic, whatever you want to call it. So Walmart's one of those. So it returned 20%, and it beat the market by almost 60%. Then Amgen, biotech giant Amgen insulated itself. So like I said, big pharma. Itself in the recession in quite a different way than previous companies on this list. It made vital cancer, anemia, and other drugs that consumers couldn't go without. So they needed drugs to survive. They produced the drugs, so people had to buy them, and that helped their profitability and made it so they didn't have to. They could weather the storm a lot easier than companies that didn't have something that people needed to survive. Like I said, meds, cheap food, discount retailers, and then utilities, trash, water, that type of thing. So product revenue grew by 3% in 2008, but it wasn't too shabby considering most Americans were in panic mode. Amgen also wisely decided to take advantage of the market crisis, and this is genius. They bought back millions of shares below $56, roughly a quarter of its current price. That's the year that also brought positive clinical trial results for a drug they had, a drug that would account for $2.3 billion of revenue in 2018. So 10 years later, it made them $2.3 billion. So it returned about 24%, and it outperformed the S&P by 62.8%. Not surprised to see Budweiser. People drink and smoke when the economy goes down. In summary, the recession-proof industries thus far have hailed from the discount retail, entertainment, and health care. Anheuser-Busch could arguably be a mix of all three, combining cheap beer with self-medication and the need to escape reality. Revenue grew 5% in 2008, which wasn't bad. Wasn't anything to write home about either. The main catalyst driving the stock's tremendous outperformance during the bear market, however, was the acquisition of Anheuser-Busch. At the hands of InBev, mergers and acquisitions typically reward shareholders with a premium, and this deal was no different. The return was almost 39%, and it outperformed the market by 77.9%. Kind of surprised to see H&R Block, but they say death in taxes is all that's guaranteed in life. But tax return prep is a giant. giant H&R Block happens to boast a fairly recession-resistant business. After all, death and taxes are guaranteed in all economic environments. In 2008, when blue chips like General Electric were preparing to slash or eliminate their dividends, which they don't even pay one anymore, the companies paying out rock-solid income streams to common shareholders were quite rare. H&R Block was one of them. However, offering a roughly 4% dividend yield more than 12 years later, H&R Block looks just as resilient, enjoying a 4.6 dividend, steady free cash flow, and 4 straight years of dividend growth. A low beta, around 0.2, which is insanely low. It's typical for an investment primed to outperform the market, or the next recession. It returned 25.8%, and it outperformed the market by almost 65%. Then Dollar Tree. Wow, okay. So, like I said, discount retailers. So, think of a chain of variety stores in which every item costs less than $1, or $1 or less, resonates with the cash-strapped consumers, or that relates with a cash-strapped consumer. Dollar Tree is such a store. Its decision to branch out from party favors into basic household consumables like cleaning supplies and groceries looked brilliant in 2008. The CEO said it was the key to our relevance in both good times and bad, and he was right. Doubling the number of stores that accepted food stamps was also a wise decision, helping Dollar Tree outperform the market by nearly 100 percentage points. It returned 60% and it outperformed the market by almost 100%. So, these are just some ideas of if you're worried about a recession, or if you think we're in it, or whatever, we're prepared for the next one. These would be some ideas to put some money. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money. That's up to you. You're responsible for your gains and losses. But this was just, I wanted to make this video because I wanted some more ideas to put my money. Like I said, I'm already pretty defensive in the companies that I pick, but I'm not picking ones that outperform or perform well in a recession or have a history of doing that. I'm picking ones that have dividend increase history. H&R Block, so Walmart, H&R Block, and Dollar Tree are all going to be going on my watch list. So let me know if you guys are currently in any of these stocks that I mentioned. And if so, are you adding your positions as the market is coming down? Let me know. Remember to hit the subscribe button on that Dividend Guy on my YouTube channel, and when you do, hit the bell notification. I post about my portfolio. I do portfolio updates Monday through Friday, and then I'm going to try to start doing videos like this in my free time. Just to kind of help people with the volatility in the market, and maybe give them some ideas that will help them feel a little bit more secure if or when another recession happens, because it's inevitable. But these are just some ideas that I wanted to kind of branch out and add some of the ideas if I like them enough. Definitely, like I said, Walmart, H&R Block, and Dollar Tree all are going to be in my portfolio. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, remember to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in another dividend investing video. Take care, guys.